Hey there, guys! Davi 90 RTCB here.
There, I made the intro. Am I a pro now?
Looking at the history of my GAT videos, I realized that I spent quite a bit of money on Jackson guitars. Now, being serious, I'm making this video because I simply want to tell you my whole experience and opinions about the JS series from Jackson guitars, considering that I've tried several along the way. Actually, before I start, there's another pretty crucial point for you to get, especially if you're new here. Keep in mind, I am not a professional. I'm just a guy playing and recording for fun. Probably just like you watching right now. Now we can begin our journey with the Jackson Dinky JS 11. I remember that I felt it very comfortable right from the start. The guitar had excellent tuners, it stayed in tune very well, and I didn't find any buzzing scattered across the fretboard. If this won't be the first guitar you hold in your hands, you will immediately understand that it is an entry level. The shape is the classic one, it has only 22 frets. It was pretty heavy in terms of weight, but for what concerned the neck and the playability, it was absolutely good. I used this guitar for the original cover of Still Waiting from Sum 41. If you know the band, you know that this is a pretty important song, and with this guitar I had no problems. It was very easy to find a guitar tone that could get along with the aggressiveness of the song, and in fact, I didn't have any overthinking during the mixing phase. And if you know me, you know that I'm all budget gear when it's time to record or mix something. In conclusion, simply talking about the price, you can find this guitar for around 160 euros. A fair price, I'd say. Now we can continue with the JS22. I tried two JS22. First the Monarch, second the Dinky. I purchased both guitars back in 2021, and I remember that with the Dinky, everything was flawless. I mean, I was so excited to have it that to record the riffs for the video, I even used the stock strings that came with the guitar itself. Yeah, I had forgotten to change them. With the Monarch, I decided not to say it in the video, but when it arrived, there was some serious buzzing between the 7th fret and the 10th fret. And in order to record something for good, I had to get it fixed. When you buy something that you cannot try, the risk of spending a little extra is always real. Anyway, I also made a video in which I compared these two models, and I'll tell you right away that the biggest differences were, of course, on the aesthetics of the guitars and on the weight. The Dinky I had weighed much less than the Monarch, and it was very easy to find a comfortable position when recording or playing sitting down. With the Monarch you had to be a little more careful in order not to lose balance, because most of the weight was at the bottom of the body. As for the sounds, I was very happy with both, and if you want to play some hard rock or heavy metal, well, you should know that this brand is pretty well known for that. But the aspect that I enjoyed the most about the JS22 was the playability. Super easy to play and super comfortable. And now, if you're thinking that everything was great, let me tell you that there was an aspect that made me go like, something feels odd here. And once again, I'm talking about the neck. You heard me saying that a lot of times, but guys, all the times I've been serious. In comparison with the neck of the JS11, I noticed that the one of the JS22 was a little too fat. Then I put the two models in a Guitars Face Off, and even some of you guys confirmed that the neck of the JS11 was a bit thinner. That difference in the neck seemed strange to me because personally, I saw it as a step backwards compared to the JS11. But again, this is all a personal opinion. Getting to the prices, you can get a JS22 for 230 euros. So we can say that the gap between the JS22 and the JS11, economically speaking, is not so big. Plus, you can use the whammy bar on both, but like I said before, the JS11 has 22 frets and the JS22 has 24 frets. But if this is a substantial difference, you can decide it for yourself. And now it's the turn of the last Jackson I got my hands on, and I'm talking about the Jackson Dinky JS24. Guys, I want to thank you once again for recommending this guitar to me. As soon as I took it out of the box, I simply changed the strings and getting to know it a little bit better. It is a super fast guitar, super comfortable, and I was also able to play some tasty blues riffs with it. You know, guys, that I'm not a shredder, but if you want a comfortable guitar to develop your shredding skills, you can get a look at this guitar. It might be worth it. In the second last Guitars Face Off, I compared the Kelly JS32 and the Jackson Dinky JS24. I didn't find any significant difference in the sounds, but I can tell you that the strongest points of these guitars are the neck and the playability, a commendable leaping quality, especially taking into account the models I've tried before. But you know, guys, getting to this point, I saw that there was a piece of the puzzle which is currently still missing. Usually, before I prepare a Guitars Face Off, I have the habit of exploring the guitar in solo so that I can better understand its features. But for the Kelly JS32, I didn't do it. And I want to apologize for that. I probably would have said the same things that I said about the JS24, but I thought it was important to point this out. Now getting back to our main topic, there is an old Guitars Face Off in which I compared the Monarch JS22 and the Kelly JS32, and I remember an overwhelming superiority of the JS32 for what concerned the neck. The playability was good already with the JS22, but with the JS32, they managed to improve it. Yes, I remember some pretty great differences, and I can tell you that I would have said the same exact things if I had compared the Kelly with the Dinky JS22. Thinking now about the economic value of these two guitars, you can get a JS24 for something around 300 euros and a JS32 for something around 330 euros. Let's make it simple and say that there are 100 euros between a JS22 and a JS24/32. From an economic point of view, I would say that the difference is far from huge, but those 100 euros in terms of quality mean much, much more. Guys, seriously, this is probably the beating core of the video. I strongly believe that a JS32 with some proper upgrades can truly become a war machine. I hope the headquarters of Jackson will not hear this, but if they sold this model for something around 400 euros, I'm afraid there wouldn't be anything wrong about it. And talking about some minor details too, or well, at least for me, minor details, if you want to get your hands on a JS32, you have a lot of options regarding the shape. Here we have seen the Monarch, the Dinky, and the Kelly, but you can also get a Warrior, a King V, and the super famous Rhodes. And if you want to get yourself in trouble, no guys, I'm just joking. But if you want to get a JS32 with a Floyd Rose, there are many that come with that included. Personally, I am not a great fan of that, but to each his own. And this is all for today, guys. I hope you have found the video helpful. Plus, today is the 25th of December, so I want to take the opportunity to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. If you're watching this video a few days after, I simply hope you spent a fantastic Christmas. And if you feel like gifting me something, you can choose between the 4 things right here. Even the free ones will do just fine. I'll see you all again in the new year with a new original cover, and in the meantime, I'll also try to come up with some new ideas for some new content. Clearly, always music related. That being said, Merry Christmas again, and never forget, until the new year, try it until it's tight.